Wij spelen weer als Wilbur in dit vreemde dorp. Het enige wat ik bij me heb is een dom hoedje.
It's hard to say
Laten we even kijken wat we hier allemaal kunnen vinden.
Here at the edge of the woods for hundreds of years.
Wat is er allemaal te bekijken? Een building.
The village looks pretty run down. Nothing but makeshift repairs everywhere, if any. The village looks nothing.
Dat is hetzelfde. Hier is een illuminated building.
This is the only building in the village with a light on. Seems to be some kind of general store.
We zullen wel naar binnen kunnen dan. Wat is hier nog? Een brick. Misschien kunnen we die meenemen.
Fired bricks for building houses. Presumably there's a source of clay close by. The house of a craftsman, it would appear. Wooden boards, bricks, and over there a bit of thatch and a few roof tiles.
Okay.
The craftsman must have left the house years ago. He'd be a busy man in the village these days.
Hier is een
There hasn't been
oventje.
a fire in that furnace for years. And considering how crooked it is, I should take care that it doesn't fall in on top of me.
En we hebben hier nog een graveyard om naar te kijken.
Een grafveld.
Ja.
Graveyards are pretty scary even under normal circumstances. But this one, it's extra spooky. I wonder why people in the far-flung villages can never put the gravestones and crosses in straight.
Oh, inderdaad.
Can't they use a square, a level, or, just their eyes?
Goeie
The
vraag.
church looks as if no one has been there in years. A ghost church. Not like a church for ghosts. A church for humans. Nothing to do with the spiritual world at all. You know. Just like all the buildings in the village. Deserted, spooky, and also somehow a little bit sad.
Ik kijk eerst even naar alles wat hier omheen te vinden is, voordat we de dingen in gaan. Enter the woods. Hier hangt een laken.
Praktisch.
Someone still seems to be living here, though. That bedsheet hasn't been hanging there for long.
Ja,
Someone still...
dan gaan we maar kloppen.
Hello? Anyone home?
Go away! You're not having my head!
I don't want your head. I just want a bit of information.
Begone, headless horseman! You won't fool me!
Oké.
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. I'm a gnome. Live in Seastone. I just want to ask you a few questions.
Oh, yeah, of course. A gnome from Seastone walks into the dark woods on his own and just wants to ask a few questions. Oh, yeah.
I am not alone. I'm with a living skeleton, a zombie, a robot, and a talking rat. There's really no reason to be worried.
Enough! Begone, demon!
Oké.
Hey, there's a headless horseman out here.
Oh, yeah, as if you didn't know that. He's hunting me. He wants my head so he can put it on his own shoulders.
Are you sure it wants your head? Or just anyone's head? I mean, what do you think he'd do if he saw a gnome with a fine big head?
Just go
Goeie
away,
vraag.
you fiend.
Can we talk inside? Then we wouldn't have to shout.
Oh, now I get it. You're the devil. You can't enter my shop without me inviting you. No, there you go.
I'm not the devil. Promise.
Yeah, the devil's second best trick is making you believe he's not the devil.
That's ridiculous. I'm going to open the door now.
Ah. Wij gaan gewoon naar binnen.
Ja.
Hello?
Die, monster!
Wat een gekke man.
Hey, you could have hit me.
Don't move!
Aren't you supposed to say, don't move
Hij is
first
een
and
bange
then
man.
shoot?
Oh, no psychokinetic energy. You're not magic.
Thank you for reminding me.
Who are you? What do you want
Hij is
here?
een bange man.
Ja.
As I said, my name is Weathervane, Wilbur Weathervane. I'm searching for information about a certain Van Buren. He must have lived there quite a while ago.
The sorcerer. Evil character. Oh, you shouldn't get involved with people like that.
He's not still alive, is he?
No,
En rechtsboven
he's
op die
been
kast
dead
is
for more
een
than
Fallout
30
helm
years.
trouwens.
I remember
Lekker,
how the
hoor.
grown-ups marched up to the castle with pitchforks and torches. Really traditional-like. Well, in retrospect, if they hadn't killed him, we might not have been cursed.
Van Buren cursed you?
The whole village. Everyone knew he was doing unholy experiments in his castle. But in principle, we got on all right with each other.
In principle.
I mean, we'd never have stormed his castle if the paladins and the mages hadn't spurred us on. They said it was our duty to help them against evil.
They must have been the same as those who were fighting the cult of the Nameless One.
Whoever they were, they disappeared once the sorcerer was dead and left us to deal with the curse on our own.
The curse makes people disappear.
Not exactly. This has always been a special place, you know? I mean, for example, it's always night here and the moon is always full. The woods and the mountains confuse the senses, things like that. You could say the people in this region are used to quite a lot. But after the sorcerer was killed, it was different.
The Headless Horseman?
Oh, not just him. Others too. Repulsive creatures. They come from the woods and hunt us. One after the other was snatched and dragged into the woods. I'm the only one left.
Oké.
It's always night here in the village. That's just crazy.
And why is that crazy? In other places, it's always summer. Summer up north, there's an island where it always rains. Here, it's always night. Oh, some people come to the region especially, just like how others move to warmer climes. I mean, for example, a gentleman moved into the castle some years ago. A count, in fact. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it always being night. And a full moon.
Vast Dracula.
Ja.
Excuse me, your name is?
Whale. Tim Whale.
Goeie naam.
And you own the shop?
Tim
Oh,
Whale.
yes, sir, yes. And I'm the mayor of this beautiful village. And the priest, the fireman, the landlord, the coachman, and the smith. I also teach netball.
Ooh, sounds like you're a busy man.
Has its perks. We usually reach a swift consensus in council meetings. Hey, maybe you'd like to move to Somberville. I can
Somberville.
offer you the post of bailiff.
I'm not staying here for any longer than necessary.
It's the nameless terror lurking in the woods, right? I can't blame you, no?
The castle up on the mountain over there. That's where the sorcerer lived.
Yeah, that's where he lived. And that's where he died.
Then that's where I have to go.
Good luck. You'll never find the way through the mountains.
Fancy showing me?
You mean leave my shop? While the Headless Horseman is out there waiting for me? Oh, never. I'm the very last one who still lives in this village. Oh, some fled, but most...
Klinkt goed.
Oké.
When I die, the village dies. Yeah, and what would my forefathers say about that, eh?
As mayor, I'm sure you've a plan how to stop the Headless Horseman, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've sent a bounty hunter after him, yes.
That could prove difficult to achieve, for several reasons.
Oh, maybe you want to try your luck.
Sowieso.
No, I'm not a bounty hunter, and also I don't have the time. I've got to find a book so I can destroy a magic wand.
Oh, well, if that's more important than saving Somberville from extinction, then go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks for your help. We'll be leaving for the castle early tomorrow.
There is, of course, a problem.
What? Knowing when tomorrow is?
No, I'm talking more about the hidden ravines, razor-sharp rocks, wobbly cliff ledges, and secret paths. Easy. You can't reach the castle if you don't know the way.
Ah, I know how this works. I have to reach the castle on a matter of utmost urgency, and you're the only one that can help. And you just happen to have a problem with the Headless Horseman. But you know what? Not this time. Because if I let myself be distracted from my actual task, something bad will happen to one of my friends. I have a clear goal, and I grew up in the mountains. I'll find the way without any help. Good day. Good night.
Oké, nou wat kunnen we
Oké.
hier allemaal aanklikken?
Een heleboel.
Ja,
Now that I'm not a mage anymore, perhaps I should try to become a powerful warrior. I think I'd look quite good in some armor like that. A crossbow is a devastatingly effective weapon. At least it is, if you manage to hit something.
Hey, I just sell the weapons. I don't know how to use them.
oké.
Statistically, if you have a crossbow in the house, you're more likely to shoot yourself than a burglar.
Well, statistics are made by people who don't live in a cursed village.
A crossbow is a...
Ja, daar kunnen we niks meer mee. Even kijken, wat hebben we hier?
I
Look at
don't
the
think the
shelf.
shop is doing well. Sure, a motley selection of armor, weaponry, food, and magic posters always tends to work. But if the shop is stuck out in the middle of nowhere and no one is sending heroes to the area, then who is going to buy all this stuff?
Oké. Door frame.
I've never seen so many locks, chains, and magic spells on a single door. And the crossbow bolts indicate that a very, very nervous person lives here.
Nou,
I'm
een
sure
speeltje
that Mr.
eruit
Mayor
halen.
won't object to me borrowing one of these bolts. Hey, let's face it, he does seem to be firing them all over the place.
Ja, een pijltje meenemen.
I guess the barrel is full of some kind of acid or holy water, or something else that the mayor thinks will protect him from intruders. That must be from something like a wild boar sheep cow. Maybe Mr. Whale would be a bit less scared if he
Boar
didn't
sheep
surround
cow.
himself with such creepy things.
Daar hebben we al gekeken. Hier hebben we nog een mooie vrouwenarmor.
What's this here? Metal underwear?
Metal
That's a
underwear.
heavy warrior set, level 90.
Lekker hoor.
Hey, what?
Level 90.
It's the same as the one next to it, but this one's for female warriors.
This one here, and that. And you want to tell me that these suits of armor are on a par with each other?
Yep. Heavy plate armor offers ideal protection from all kinds of weapons.
But it's covered in holes, completely see-through. One sword thrust through the torso and...
I've been selling armor for 20 years, and my father before me, and my grandfather before him. Are you trying to tell me you know more about heavy plate armor than I do?
No, of course not.
Oké. Look at the mayor. Look at the fireplace.
Fire gives out warmth and light. The people here in the dark woods must pay a fortune for wood.
Wat hadden we hier nog beneden?
That over there,
Spelcircle.
that's a magic circle on the ground, isn't it?
Do you know anything about dispelling ghosts?
A bit. Doesn't the ghost have to be in the magic circle, rather than the person who is trying to cast the spell on the ghost?
If you can trap ghosts in a thing like this, then surely you can lock them out too. The circle is my last line of defence in case the salt in front of the windows and doors doesn't stand firm.
The beings from the woods, are they ghosts then?
There are all kinds
we
of
gaan dan
things
toch maar
living
het bos in
there.
zo, denk ik.
Why not ghosts
Denk
too?
ik.
Better safe than sorry.
Of eerst nog even terug naar de campfire om te kijken of we daar nog wat kunnen vinden.
Dat kan. Ja.
Impressive armor. Only the shoulders appear in...
The shoulders give you armor plus 22 and agility plus 9.
Why would ridiculous shoulder plates improve agility? Wouldn't they actually restrict
That's-
movement?
Hij heeft een punt.
Well, that would be
Yeah.
unfair. Warriors already have very low agility to start with. Lower than rogues, for example.
Ah, but can't warriors also be rogues too? I mean, if a warrior, for instance, fights unfairly or cheats at dice.
Ja.
A warrior who's also a rogue? Well, how's that supposed to work? How would I know if I'm allowed to sell him the plate armor or not? Rogues are only allowed to wear leather armor. And perhaps a coat of mail. Just like hunters.
Klopt wel.
Ah, right, I get it. To prevent the armor from squeaking and frightening away animals.
Oké. Deze man...
Whoa, does the weather always change
Er is
so
een
fast
grote
here?
boom.
The headless horseman. He's coming.
Ja.
That's what you thought when I stood outside the door.
Look here. Psychokinetic energy is almost off the scale.
I'm a qualified mage, but what exactly is that?
Skipped a few classes, did you? The PKE shows whether ghosts, demons, evil powers are nearby. It is the Headless Horseman. I guarantee it.
Wat een gekke man.
Ja.
Then I must go to my friends immediately.
Stop! Didn't you hear what I said? There's a Headless Horseman out there.
And my friends.
Stop! Don't move, or I'll shoot.
Wat?
Wat?
Calm down. Put the axe down.
Axe? This is a crossbow.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ghost behind you.
Er wordt geklopt.
Ja.
Hello?
It's him.
Who's there? Nate!
Nee, die robot.
Hey.
Put that thing away. What happened? Where are the others? I don't understand.
Oké.
There was a knight with a sword. Okay, there was a
hoor, in één
knight
keer goed.
and anything else?
Een monster.
Ja.
Monster? There was a knight and a monster? A dragon? Or a lion?
A werewolf?
A knight and a werewolf? What do they do? What happened to the others?
Goed, de loot club.
Esther lost her head?
Wat?
Oh, I get it. Gulliver has lost his head. Phew.
One of your friends was beheaded and you're relieved?
Well, better Gulliver than one of the others, don't you think?
What?
What's up with Timmy?
Goeie omschrijving.
Ja.
There were dwarves in barrels swirling around on the river. Sounds like nonsense to me.
Kijk hoor.
Esther, your mother?
Wild
she panicked
Jack.
and ran away? Where to? Did she have Timmy with her? Towards the woods? Esther ran into the woods.
Ah.
Then she's lost.
No, she's not. Come on, Nate. We're going to go see Gulliver. Then we'll find Timmy and your mother.
You can't go out there.
We'll let you know if we meet any headless horsemen. Ah!
Don't move.
Hey, dit is die dude die bij de Red
Did
Pirate
someone
was.
call for a bounty hunter?
Helemaal in het begin.
And just as our little friend was about to go out
Hij heeft die
there,
lamp gestolen van
you
Nate
came
in het
in.
begin.
All right.
Klopt, ja.
I'll go into the woods and polish off any headless horsemen, robber knights, and werewolves that cross my path.
Oké.
How are you going
Okay.
to do that? What's your plan?
Seek and destroy.
I only see two problems there then. First, the seeking, and second, the destroying.
Yeah, he's right. The woods confuse the senses. They are devious and
Devious.
evil. The source of the evil is in the heart of the wood. There's a clearing there with an old tree in the middle. Under the tree is a cave. That's where they live. All of those who have brought so much suffering to our village.
Not for much longer.
Oké.
I should come with you. Our chances of success are better with two of us out there.
The last time I worked in a team, I got a wooden plank to the head.
Then you had the wrong partners. I had great partners. Ivo, Captain...
I work alone. Have the ball ready. It won't take long.
Hij is wel vol vertrouwen.
Very self-confident.
Doe precies dat.
The others?
Do you think he's the first one to try to solve the mystery of the evil in the woods? Oh, I've stopped counting. Some may have found it, but none of them returned.
Come on, Nate. We shouldn't rely on the bounty hunter to find our friends. Back to
We gaan
camp.
ook zoeken.
Ja, we hebben Nate erbij dan.
Ja.
Ah, Gulliver zonder hoofd.
Take it easy, buddy. I'm here. Be good and sit down by the fire. By the fire, not in the fire.
What
Okay.
happened? Nate said something about a knight and a werewolf.
It was terrible. I'd nodded off and suddenly I heard my cream bun scream. I jumped up, ready to protect her. Then there was a flash of lightning which illuminated the gleaming figure of a knight, a paladin to be precise.
And then?
My honey blossom was out of her mind with fear. She ran into the woods, away from the paladin. I was going to run after her, but when the lightning struck again, there was a werewolf standing there. Nate screamed, Esther screamed. I tripped and lost my head. I called to Nate to run and get help from the village. The werewolf came towards me and I was certain I was done for. My body tried to defend me,
Wat een
but
goed
he had
verhaal, die.
orientation problems. But then the lightning struck again, very close by. The wolf was startled and ran after the others into the woods.
Oké.
The mayor talked about the heart of the wood. He's pretty certain that's the source of the evil.
But why do you think Esther and Timmy have ended up there of all places?
I don't know. Just a feeling. People have been disappearing here for centuries. I think they were lured into the woods or, like Esther, driven. If we want to get them both back, we'll have to uncover the secret of the wood.
The secret of the wood.
Nou,
The sorcerer Van Buren spent his last years in that castle. Pretty sure the book we're looking for will be somewhere there.
I'm not
Lijkt me
interested
ook
in the
logisch.
book. I want my sweetie pie back.
If we defeat the evil in the woods, we'll get Esther back, and the mayor will show us a safe way through the mountains.
Well then, let's go.
They're fine. I mean, nothing must be allowed to happen to them.
They went into the woods unhurt, but those creatures were hot on their heels.
I couldn't take it if Timmy... They're fine. We just need to get them back first. Right, I'm going to go and look for the two of them. You hold the fort here.
I'm not staying here. I'm going to help.
That's exactly what you are doing by letting Nate repair you and being my advisor. And maybe you two could make things to help me along the way. You're both much more skilled than I am.
But my wife is out there.
And your son is here. Do you want to leave him here alone? Or take him out into the evil woods?
But... All right. Bring back my cherry blossom. And just say the
Kijken
word
of
and
we hier
I'll
nog
be
wat
at your
spullen mee
side.
kunnen nemen.
I know.
mhm.
I'd better start by searching for clues and information. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
Look at the luggage.
We walked all the way from Seastone, a good deal of the way off the paved roads and paths. We feared that Councillor Van Buren might be watching them. It was an arduous journey, but we were well supplied. Food, water, warm blankets.
Esther is een
organised everything.
organisatievrouw.
Esther
Yeah.
looked after Timmy with such kindness. Ever since Remy's death, he has been quite changed. He was always so adventurous before. After we left Seastone, he spent most of the time tucked away in Esther's coat pocket. Even the slightest sound made him jump. And now, monsters and werewolves, oh, poor fellow.
Arme man.
The wool blanket is old and has been
Meenemen.
darned several times. I'm sure it came from the rubbish heap under Seastone. Still, it'll keep you warm and won't go all kaflooey.
Kijk, alles meenemen wat er mee te nemen valt.
Huts.
We found everything just the way it is. A few stones laid out in a circle on a sandy area, no trees close by. A perfectly built campfire pit. Then again, what does it say about a village when travellers would rather stay outside the village than rent a room there? What's that in the sand
A
there?
mug in the sand.
Thick-walled stone goblet, just like dwarves use. Those things would be too heavy for me to travel any long distances with. But the dwarves say that the stone...
Oh,
I'm afraid the dwarf who carried this goblet out here into the wilderness can't complain about my
Extra
taking it
spullen.
anymore.
papa.
This goblet was filled with sand. Maybe I can use it for something sometime.
Zand.
little fellow is hanging on in there. I'm sure he's trying to work out a way to help me. If you could look into that head of his, I'm sure you'd see little cogs whirring around like crazy. I think Nate's been putting a few more logs on the fire since the attack, and it still doesn't radiate a real sense of security.
Glowing coal.
Perfect place to grill a sausage. Not as hot as an open fire, but still hot enough. Esther said there'd be a few sausages waiting for me when I returned from the village. Then, everything turned out differently. This would be a
Nee, dat kunnen we niet meenemen. Gulliver kunnen we nog naar kijken.
It's easy to see that Gulliver would like nothing better than to run into the woods after. The only thing stopping him is that he can't leave Nate by himself.
Nou, we hebben alles aangeklikt wat er aan te klikken valt. Rough sand, stone mug, wooden blanket, iron crossbow bolt. Hier hebben we nog een piece of fur in de bosjes. Die hangt hier.
A bit of fur. Could belong to the werewolf.
Ja,
He ran towards the woods and got a bit too close to these thorns.
kunnen we niet meenemen. Sporen.
Footprints. I'm no expert, but I'd say that these are Esther's footprints. They lead towards the woods, which would tally with what Gulliver said. Traces of both the werewolf and of Esther, but none of the paladin.
Kan
The
nog even
sorcerer
kasteel
Van
kijken.
Buren spent his last years in the castle. He didn't trust
Dan
his
moeten we
brother,
toch maar
and he
richting
wrote
het
down a
bos,
rule
hè?
destroying his brother's
Ja,
powerful
ja,
wand.
het is onvermijdelijk.
As soon as we've rescued Timmy and Esther, we'll find a way to reach the castle, with or without the mayor's help.
Hier kunnen we nu verder nergens meer naar kijken. Nee, go into the village.
Ah.
Ook hier. Look at the boards. En die bedsheets. Misschien kunnen we daar nog iets meenemen.
Shop has been nailed up. I'm sure that a few little wooden planks like that wouldn't stop a headless horseman or a werewolf. Shop is... I'm sure...
Kunnen we niet meenemen. Die bedsheet kunnen we die meenemen. Anders gaan we het bos in.
It seems the mayor isn't just the mayor. Fireman, priest, coachman and blacksmith. Looks like he's also forced into being his own washerwoman. Hopefully the mayor won't have any objection.
Kijk,
as long
alles
as it helps him
meenemen.
banish the evil from the woods.
Nu heb ik een deken. Into the woods. Daar gaan we. Ben benieuwd.
The moment I saw the spooky woods, I just knew I'd end up going
Ja,
in there sooner or
dat
later.
dacht ik ook.
No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure Timmy and Esther will be even more afraid. Whew. So far, so good. The mayor said that the woods confuse the senses. I have to memorize the way back to the village. And I should try to stay quiet. There's a werewolf, a knight, and perhaps even a
toverbos.
headless horseman running around out
Ja,
there.
uiteraard.
Look at the axe.
An axe. The wooden handle is all weathered and the iron head covered with a fine coat of rust. Must have been wedged in this tree a long time. Months, perhaps even years.
Kunnen we meenemen? Ja.
The blade is still shiny and looks reasonably sharp. The tree has kept it from rusting.
Dan hebben we een bijl erbij. Ik kan kiezen uit links lopen en rechts lopen. Ja, dit is gewoon een rare...
Ja, het is weer zo'n, ja.
Ja.
That's Timmy's scarf.
Ah,
It's torn.
Nou, dat geeft misschien wel onze looproute aan. Look at the eyes.
For a long time, people believed that eyes shining in the darkness belong to dangerous animals that watch you. Turns out they're just glowing eyes without any body, hovering harmlessly in the air. Nothing to worry about.
Oké. Nou, ik zou zeggen, hier was die scarf van Timmy. Dus dan moeten we daar misschien naartoe.
Broken here and here.
ja,
Oh
dat
boy.
is een hint, ja.
A few bits
Yeah.
of fur. They look exactly the same as those up by the campfire. The werewolf must be on Timmy's trail. I hope the little guy was long gone before it came by.
Dus dan lijkt mij dit de route, want hier was het ding.
Ja.
Hier beweegt iets in het bosje.
I don't know if I like luminous moss. It gives off a bit of light. That's good, but it looks a bit spooky. There's something in the undergrowth here. Something big. I can't see what it is. It could be Esther. But it could just as easily be a werewolf or some other monster of the woods. I can't just stand in front of a bush and push the branches apart. What if there's a werewolf in there ready to attack?
Hup, bel erin.
Right then, I'll get ready for battle and...
Hello? Anyone there?
Wat?
Oh, hello, little man.
Wat? Wat?
Wat?
De eerste.
May I ask what you're doing here? You don't exactly look like a mushroom picker.
Phew, glad to hear it. I'm on my way to my fiancé's. He lives here in the dark woods in a magnificent castle.
Ah.
At least that's what he wrote. The thunderstorm took me by surprise, and then suddenly this wrinkly old woman was standing there in the middle of the path. She pointed a bony finger at me and gave me a toothless grin. I was distracted, and my horse threw me and vanished into the woods with all my things.
That sounds terrible.
It is. I'm meeting my fiancé, and I don't have a thing to wear.
Misschien kunnen we haar een armor aanbieden.
The old woman on the path. Sounds like she could have been a witch.
Yeah, right. She was so old
ben
and
benieuwd waar
shriveled
deze
and
karakter dan weer
ugly.
vandaan komt.
I've never been so scared in all my life.
Another enemy to deal with.
Enemy? Are you wood pixies battling these creatures?
Ahem, excuse me, I'm a gnome, not a pixie. And I come from the mountains.
I would be very grateful never to see that face again. Hey, if you're a wood pixie and just pixieing around, then could you find the clothes I lost? I'll pay you.
We'll see. I'm Wilbur. Have you by any chance seen a female zombie, a rat, a knight, a
omschrijving.
werewolf, or a headless horseman anywhere in the woods?
Oh, Lord. No, definitely not. Or more like, happily not.
Nou,
Do
daar
you know the
gaan
way
we.
to the castle? Could you maybe take me with you?
I don't know the way. Laddie wrote me saying I should find a guide in the village. The way through the mountains is very dangerous.
Vladdy, your fiancé?
The Count.
So,
Ja, Vlad.
Oh, he's a darling. Very rich and very old. I can't wait to meet him in person.
So, you're engaged to him, but you've never met him?
Why hesitate and risk someone else snapping him away from me?
It's too dangerous here in the woods. Come on, I'll take you to the village.
Uh-huh. Which way?
This way. Or,
Lekker hoor.
wait a minute. No. This way. Or, bloody hell, just follow me.
Ah,
As I already said to your young friend, I won't set foot outside as long as the headless horseman is running around out here.
Then just send word to the castle asking Vladdy to pick me up from here.
Oh, I wouldn't know how. I'm afraid you'll have to wait until the bounty hunter comes back with good news. Be my guest. Make yourself at home.
wat een vreemde vrouw.
Ja, wat een chaos ook weer deze game.
Thank you for bringing her here. I mean,
Een kleedje.
Ja.
thank you. Not much, right? Oh.
You're welcome.
We kunnen ook met haar praten nu hier.
Hello.
Well, looky here if it isn't my knight in shining armor and accomplished guide.
It didn't take us that long to get out of the woods.
You should try it in high heels.
Oké.
As luck would have it, I just saw some armor for female fighters.
Yeah, I saw that too. Do you think Vladdy would like it?
No idea. It wouldn't stop a hail of arrows, I'll tell you that.
Hail of arrows? That thing isn't intended for battle.
You got that right. One broad axe to the leg and it'd be game over.
A lady don't go near arrows or axes. She has others fight for her. And this kind of armor would help it along a ways.
But what if a young lady really does want to fight? Doesn't she deserve a proper set of armor?
Looking good and knowing what you want.
Kijk, dit is een goede tip.
In life.
Oh, don't take it personally. The mayor didn't want to take me up to the castle either.
Yeah, but you're you, and I'm, well, just look.
Why would he want to take you up to the castle more than me? I asked him very politely.
We're wasting our time. All that guy thinks about is the headless horseman, and that he could be the last villager to be kidnapped or something like that. Some of us here have real problems to deal with.
I have to go. Save my friends. See you.
A hot cocoa. That'd do fine.
Oké. Hij kijkt een beetje
Doesn't
zielig.
move away. What's keeping him here? I mean, even if the headless horseman doesn't get him, sooner or later he's going to die, and then the village is doomed, one way or another.
Hij nog wat nieuws te melden?
Hello?
Oh, yes?
Looks like I'm going to be helping you after all.
How do you mean?
The curse, the woods, it looks like we have a common enemy.
Right. Right. I'll give it a go. I mean, I have more confidence in the bounty hunter, but I've reached the point where I'll grasp at any old straw. I will.
Thanks.
Een rare
How
man.
motivating. This evil heart of the wood, what exactly is it? And where can I find it?
It's a clearing in the centre of the woods. There's an old dead tree standing in the middle of it. You'll recognise it when you see it.
But how am I going to find the clearing? The woods are pretty big.
And confusing. The heart of the wood doesn't want to be found. Yes, whatever it is that's sending these creatures after us, it lives in that clearing. Oh, I'm quite sure of that.
Do you think that it might be the ghost of the sorcerer Van Buren?
Perhaps. The elders did warn us. They said you should never mess with the sorcerer. They were scared and whispered of dreadful dangers. Oh, if only we'd listened to them. Oh, yeah.
This is a traditional adventurers and heroes shop, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was founded by my grandfather. He used to be very busy round here. Oh, there were giant spiders in the woods. There was an old goblin mine a day trip to the south. In the heyday of hero tourism, we were even thinking of building a sewer system. We sell armour, weapons, elixirs, provisions, eyeshadows, antidotes, anything you need. And you can pay with spider legs, goblin ears, and things like that.
And what do you do with those?
It's a trade secret. If you want to sell something, you can do it risk-free. I'll look after the object in case you want to buy it back later.
You what?
Oh, yeah. In case you change your mind later. Then you can buy back the same object for the same price. It's called the market economy.
Couldn't your device help me find the heart of the wood? Doesn't it detect ghosts and stuff?
Ah, yes, I see. You're saying that nothing around here radiates more psychokinetic energy than the heart of the wood. You might be right. You should get yourself a PKE.
Dat is dat apparaat.
I was hoping you could give me yours.
My detector? Never! It's my PKE. It's never let me down.
But if you give it to me, I could find the heart of the wood and lift the curse.
Or you might be killed and lose it in the woods. It takes weeks to deliver such a masterpiece of occult technology.
That's exactly why I can't hang around here waiting for another device. I need yours.
Forget it. The PKE reliably shows when anything supernatural is creeping about. And I have to know that.
I need something I can use to defend myself against a werewolf. Do you have anything like that?
Oh, we've never been attacked by a werewolf before. So we haven't got any special anti-werewolf weapons or the like. But as far as I know, any normal weapon made out of silver should do the job. What's your skill? Sword and shield? Twin daggers? Gun lance?
You mean you can fight with 2 daggers at the same time without mutilating yourself?
Oh, so you're a long-distance fighter. Oh. Bow, crossbow or slingshot? As amusing as it would be to use a slingshot against a werewolf, I'd pass on that. Bow or crossbow would be better. I've got a lovely composite bow +2 in stock, but it requires dexterity 15.
I think I might be able to handle something like that crossbow.
Yes, a light crossbow is easy to use and packs a real kick. Oh, any old fool can hit something with that.
Oké.
A light crossbow like that, how much does it cost?
3 gold, 7 silver and 2 copper coins. Or I'll give you a quest.
Ooh, what's the quest?
Bring me 10 wolf skins.
You just made that up on the spot, didn't you?
No, it's very important.
Ja, ja.
Sounds like a pretty generic task without any real purpose to me.
You bring
zo
me
het
10
werkt, hè?
wolf skins and get a crossbow as a reward. What's the problem? I haven't got any silver bolts, though.
Nee, je moet er zelf dan maar maken.
My friends up there by the campfire, could I maybe bring them here? It could be safer for them.
Of course. Not only for them. The monsters from the woods might snatch one of them instead of me.
Right. Okay. I'll let Gulliver know then.
Yeah, Gulliver? Isn't that the one who was beheaded?
Not beheaded. He just lost his head. Zombies don't mind that kind of thing.
I'm not having zombies in the house.
Why not? He's lovely.
I don't want anything to do with their kind. Alive or dead, they should make up their
Lekker hoor.
minds. We want decent folk here in the village. Not ones cobbled together out of parts of decent folk.
See you again sometime.
Nou, zij heeft een wolfskin op haar schoot. Misschien zitten er wel meer in die doos. Is dat een idee?
Het is wel een beetje te makkelijk mogelijk.
Ja, ja.
Hello.
What?
That wolf skin you have there, could you give it to me?
What? Get your own.
But I need it. No, actually, I need 10.
But what about me? I'm supposed to freeze
We hebben een
just 'cause
deken.
you need a fur?
If you're cold, I'd be happy to give you this nice warm wool blanket.
Thank you, but this fur is just fine.
Yes, but
But...
Ah.
this
Yeah.
isn't just any old blanket. It's a really, really special one.
You think?
It belonged to
Yeah,
Esther,
fine.
the friendliest zombie mother you could ever imagine. I think she found it on the trash heap.
Ew,
Goed verhaal.
that sounds gross.
Now you mention it. Don't you think that fur looks a little, strange?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's not that chic.
But furs is so fluffy and warm, and I really don't care what those crazy animal protection people say.
No, it's not that. It's fashion. In Seastone, the
Fashion?
ladies there use
Ja,
wool
mode.
blankets. Lovely.
Een slim
Are
man.
you kidding? Oh, I just remembered. Vladdy in one of his letters once described wolves as his children of the night.
Well, in that case, you really don't want to be caught with a wolf skin, do you? And it just so happens I have a really beautiful wool blanket on offer today.
Hoppa.
Much better.
Maar goed, dan heb ik 1 wolfskin. Daar moet je er 10 van hebben. Meer of zijn niet te melden,
Hello.
toch?
What?
Oh ja.
You don't have any silver, do you? Then I could use it to make a silver crossbow bolt to protect myself against the werewolf.
Of what interest is a werewolf in the woods to me? I want to go to the castle. That's in the other direction.
Yes, but once a werewolf is out of the way, I can take care of the headless horseman. And once he's out of the way, the mayor will take us to the castle.
That That's a bit complicated. I'd rather stage a clothing malfunction and convince the idiot to do anything for me that way. But that's risky. I wrote Laddie that I was a virtuous virgin.
You have any silver
Ja,
or
ja.
not?
Of course I do. I have my silver jewelry. But I'm not wasting it on your shenanigans.
I think there might be a way to let the Count know that you're here.
Oh, really?
All I need is a little silver.
For what?
I'm going to send him light signals. Morse code, you know? If I had a really, really good mirror, then the moonlight would be enough for that. And as everyone knows, nothing reflects moonlight better than silver.
Of course. You're always hearing people say the silver moon and stuff like that.
That's right. I would melt the silver and vapor deposit it onto a piece of glass.
Smart boy. So how much silver do you need?
About the same amount as a silver crossbow bolt.
Well, if everything goes to plan, then I'll soon have coffers full
Zij laat
of
zich wel
stuff.
makkelijk overtuigen.
Ja.
Let me know when you're ready. It's important.
I have to go. Save my friends. See you.
A hot cocoa. That'd do fine.
Kijk, dan heb ik hier een handful of silver jewelry. Dat kan ik natuurlijk in de stone mug
The
smelten in
goblet's
het
almost full
vuur.
to the brim with silver jewelry. Didn't look much to begin with.
Hup, dan kunnen we dan smelten in het vuur. En dan kunnen we daarna die pijl erop doen. Press the bolt
I
into the
could
sand.
make an imprint of the bolt in the sand, but I'm carrying the sand in my pocket.
Nou,
The
dat
imprint will instantly
Dus-
fall to bits.
ja, moeten we dan ook hier daarin doen natuurlijk.
Ja.
The goblet is almost full to the brim with silver.
Ja, dat is dan iets voor later. Ik heb 1 wolfskin. Kan ik hem er al blij mee maken?
Vast.
Look, a wolfskin.
Maar 9 te gaan.
Ja.
You still need 9 more.
You didn't even look at it.
It was a wolf skin. You're missing 9.
Daar is het. Kan ik hem nog meer geven misschien? Lijkt er niet op. Nee. Lol. Even kijken. Kijk, want hier denk ik dus, ik ga die beker in het vuur gooien. Melt de silver in de fire.
Let's see what happens. Ah, hot. In fact, it's hot enough to melt the silver in the goblet.
Use the molten silver with.
Touch hot coals with my bare hands. I'd need a really, really good reason to do that. I could make an imprint of them. The imprint would instantly...
Oh,
Zand ergens in gebruiken.
we moeten iets, ja. Een inding wilde ik zeggen.
Ja. Take the glowing
hot
coal.
coals with my-
Dat kan, met die deken misschien. Nee, of met Timmy's scarf. Ik heb een bijl. Gulliver, kun je even dat ding uit het vuur halen?
Gulliver,
Wilbur, how can we help?
I found some traces of the werewolf and of Esther, but strangely, none of the paladin.
He was there. I saw him as plain as day, just as I see you before me now.
I believe you, but he left no tracks whatsoever. There should be a lot of psychokinetic energy in the heart of the wood.
What's that?
Well, it's a kind of energy emitted by supernatural things. You can locate it using a little device with arms attached. Could you make a device like that?
A little device with arms sticking out. Not exactly a precise description. Can you get me the blueprints? Then Nate and I can try our luck.
No, I don't think
Blueprints.
so. If we can't build a PKE detector ourselves, then we're going to have to get hold of the mayor's somehow. But he doesn't want to give his up because it reliably detects supernatural beings.
What do you suggest?
I'm working on it. I think you might be safer in the village than here. I asked the mayor if you could wait there.
Let me guess what he said. I'm not having zombies in my house.
Why doesn't he want to help you?
People don't know us, and they're afraid of what they don't know.
Perhaps I should talk to him again.
In Seastone, I thought that success and enough money might make people forget who we are. But they don't. Ever.
Right then. Hold the fort.
Nou, hij gaat dus niet mee.
Nou,
Nate, kun jij misschien dat ding even uit het vuur halen?
Cheer Timmy up the last few days. He even managed it occasionally, but Timmy always crept back into Esther's coat pocket. The little fellow is if you could look.
Nee. Use the molten silver with. Ik kan er nergens mee selecteren.
The bedsheet could make the great beginnings of a ghost costume. Ta-da! Time for a ghost performance.
Dat?
het.
Ah.
Oh.
We gaan hem bang maken.
What are you
Wat
doing?
een man.
I am the ghost of the wood.
Haven't we got enough real spooks around here? Do you have to dress up like one too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wat een rare jongeman.
I can see your feet. And is that my bedsheet?
You haven't settled the ghost of the wood, but I will return.
Wat een bijzondere scène.
I don't know how, but he recognized me. It may be because he has a lot of experience with ghostly apparitions, living in the
Dat
dark
zal het
woods and
zijn.
all. Or it may have been my feet poking out from under the sheet.
Ik kan die dingen ook niet met elkaar combineren. Dat zand moet ik ergens mee combineren. Maar dat kan niet hier. En ik heb hier verder niks meer om op te... Hé, dat is die waslijn zelf. Kan ik die er ook
You
nog
can
afhalen?
always use some string, as I'm sure I've mentioned on more than one occasion. It wouldn't be theft. I really need the string.
Kijk, de
for,
waslijn zelf kunnen we nog meenemen.
The washing line does, however, seem to be knotted to a hook on the house, which is much too high up for me.
Oké. Ik heb een bel.
If you can't undo a knot, then you can at least cut it.
Wat?
That's it.
Nou. Tearproof washing line. Kan ik niet met iets gebruiken. Die boards, kunnen we die er ook nog afchoppen? Ja?
Oh,
This might prove useful.
Hoppa. Geef plank. Look through the
I
hole in
can't
the
see
shop.
anything. The wolf skin is lying right in front of the hole.
We kunnen hem 9 keer diezelfde wolfskin geven.
lekker hoor.
Got it.
Wat een idee.
We gaan het 10 keer dezelfde ding geven. Lekker hoor.
I've got another wolf skin for you. Different one.
Oh, fantastic! You just need 8 more.
Lekker hoor.
But of course. Back in a minute.
Oh, hier gaat hij gewoon doorheen skippen. Ja, gelukkig.
That makes 10. So, did you gain experience while completing the quest?
Ja.
Yeah. No one likes a generic collect quest.
It kills time. Isn't that the point?
Not really.
Here's your crossbow.
Very nice. Now I finally got everything I need to go deeper into the woods.
Is dat zo?
Wish me luck.
Oh, I do.
Ik heb mijn pijl nog niet gemaakt.
You'll need it.
Load the crossbow with the iron bolt.
The iron bolt is just a template.
Eh.
It will be useless against a werewolf. I need a silver bolt exactly the same shape and size.
Nee, je moet die iron bolt in het zilver gooien. Press the bolt into the sand. kan dat niet oprapen.
Gulliver.
Wilbur, how can we help?
I dressed up as a ghost, but even though I was totally convincing, that stupid mare recognized me right away. It was mainly my feet that gave me away.
Then let's use my head to play the ghost. Turn me into a ghost.
Oké.
Here's a white sheet to start with.
And? Scary?
Sort of.
En nu?
Geen idee. Ik kan verder ook niks met hem.
Gulliver.
Yes?
Wij doen kiekeboe.
Right. Let's do some haunting.
How are we going to do that? Should I roll into the shop?
I could carry you.
A ghost that needs to be carried is no more frightening than a ghost with feet.
I was scary. But I think you're probably right. Right then. Hold the fort.
En nu moeten we een manier
Heer
bedenken waarop
Verniet.
hij als spook door kan gaan.
Ja.
Touch hot coals.
Maar ik weet nog niet wat. Dus mogelijk moeten we
Nee.
toch inderdaad dan het bos in. Maar ik stel voor dat we dat dan de volgende keer gaan doen.
Even man.
Ja, is goed.
Want we maken wel wat stapjes. En hij zei net, I have everything I need to go into the woods. Dus dan moeten we dat maar gaan doen de volgende keer.
Ja,
Dus dan gaan we jullie daar weer zien.
sowieso.
Joejoe.
Joejoe.